Hello everyone, and thank you for watching this video. So today we're going to be talking about how to make the in and out file. Let me show you what it looks like here. Pop this out. Okay, so I have a link to a starting file in our class. And basically this is a cute little in and out ordering website that I want you to finish. So a couple of things, you'll see that the menu items are listed here, combinations and beverage. So first thing we need to do is fix this form and make sure we include everything on here. And then when you click submit, so let's just put something in here. Let's just say one double double, and we click submit. For testing purposes, I am showing you what is coming over through the form processing. So we selected one double double, and that you see coming through, and then it's doing a total of one burger and 0 fries is one item, I guess. A double double, one item, 345 is the subtotal, 345 is the final total. So what I want you to do is I want you to make this process form like an actual receipt, and I want us to get this working so that we can convince In and Out that they need to have a mobile ordering system. Okay. All right, so what you should have done is you should have first forked that link to the REPL that I've given to you. Hold on, let me close that. And what I like to do is I've got that preview window in a new tab. So I'm just going to kind of minimize everything. I may need to see what the console is telling me as I'm running it. But first, let's take a look at the files that we have. So we have 3 files. The first one is index.php, and this is where our main form is going to be. The second one is the processing page. So the page that is going to take all those form values and do something with them, output them to the screen. So we're going to be working primarily in the confirm order.php page. And then the styles.css, you shouldn't have to mess with that, but if something is that you would like to have different, then by all means go ahead. But I'm not going to talk about the styles.css. All right, so first let's take a look at the index.php. So I definitely want to make our form look correct. Okay, so I have a little screenshot here of what the front page, the form should look like. We've got everything in menu items and beverages, but we need to create the form for combinations. So we've got a double combo at $6.70, a cheeseburger combo at $5.65, and a hamburger combo at $5.35. That's what it seems like. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over and add those to our form. So I've got my drinks here, beverages, okay, combos. So this is where I want to add those 3 items. You can take a look at how we did everything else in the form, and I'm going to just copy and paste one of these. So Control C, and then I'm going to put the combos right here. Okay, so I've got 3 items, right? We've got the double, the cheeseburger, and the hamburger. So what I need to do is I've got, obviously, I copied and pasted. I need to change all these IDs. So I'm going to change the ID on this to combo double. And I'm also going to change the name to the same thing, DBL. We'll leave it as a minimum. So this is a number input, which means they can't type anything into it. They have to put a number from 0 to 25. And then label 4, I need to change this to also combo double. And this is what is going to be output. So this is going to be a double combo. And I believe that was $6.70 each is what it says. So I'm going to update the price. $6.70 each. Okay, so that one looks good. Now I'm going to come down and do the same thing for this one. This is going to be the combo cheeseburger. I'm just going to write combo cheese, and actually I'm going to copy and paste this into the name and the hamburger. I'm going to update. This is going to be a cheeseburger combo, and this one is $5.65. $5.65. Okay, and then the last one is going to be a combo ham. And let me copy paste that. Copy paste, so 3 copy and paste, and this is going to be the hamburger combo, and that I believe was $5.35. So $5.35. Okay, so after you got that done, you should always check your work. So I'm going to go ahead and push stop and run. Make sure nothing comes up in the console that's concerning. Everything looks good here. And then I'm going to go back to my form here, refresh my page. And so here I now have my double. Okay, so if I want to test this form out, I'm just going to order 1 of everything. I'm going to submit, and you now see the combo double, combo cheese, combo ham. Okay, and it says this is not working. Okay, because that's the next page. So let's take a look. I'm going to push this back to the form. Now I'm going to take a look at that confirm order. All right, so let's take a look at how this page is working. All right, so output the form values for testing. So comment this line of code out when you are done. You do not want your visitors to see your test data. So again, we are just using this print R, which is printing an array, and the array that we're printing is the $_request. Remember, this is capital letters, so that means it's going to print out all of the post and all of the get variables. Okay, and it's just going to print them out. I used pre, so it'll print them out as if you were seeing them on a screen. All right, so since we programmed our form to accept only numeric inputs, we shouldn't have to check if a value exists, because by default, these should be coming over as 0. And again, when we can double check that, because if you look at the array, you see every single item and they all have zeros. The only ones that have something in them are the ones I put something in. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to set the cost of things. So you'll notice here there are only 4 items that we have put the cost in. So we need to go through and put the cost on every other item. Okay, so again, if we take a look at our form, let me go back. So we've got these 4 items. So let's go ahead and code the costs for the combos, and then we'll go through and do the beverages as well. Okay, so I'm going to just do the same thing here. So this is going to be combo double cost. Keep my things consistent, and we decided that that was $6.70. You don't put the $, because we're just assigning these numbers. Combo cheese cost. And again, just double checking that my numbers make sense. So this is $5.65, and then combo ham cost is $5.35. Okay, now why don't you push pause and go ahead and complete all of the beverages based on what the form values are, and continue coding all of these numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. You push pause and do yours, and then you can compare your work with mine. Okay, I've gone ahead and programmed all of the drink costs. So we got the small drink at $1.50, medium at $1.65, large $1.85, extra large $2.05, shake $2.15, milk 99 cents, and coffee $1.35. Now, these are pre-pandemic prices, so it might be interesting to see what has gone up. And by all means, if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and update this to the current cost. Okay, so student is testing their programs, created code to calculate the cost of the food they've ordered. So basically they're creating this subtotal where they're getting the how many double, how many cheeseburgers, how many hamburgers and fries. Because remember at first we just had those four. So for output purposes, the student wanted to include some specific counts in the output page. Total burgers, so they are adding up the burgers, total fries. If you use a double quote, you can include the variable inside the quotations without having to concatenate. Your subtotal of total burgers and total fries is, and whatever the value is. Okay, so we're going to test the code and determine if anything needs to be fixed. Is the output reporting the correct amount of the order for the 4 items listed? So let's test this out first. Again, I'm going to click stop. I'm going to click run again to refresh the code, and I'm going to refresh the page as well. All right, so let's see. Let's just do one of everything. So we should have a total of 3 burgers and 1 fry. Your subtotal of 3 burgers and 1 fry is $4. So let's double check and count that. So what do we have here? We have 240 and 160. That right there is $4. So there's no way that's being calculated correctly. So let's look at our code and try and figure out where we're at. So this is the subtotal. So let's see, where is the subtotal being calculated? So we've got subtotal post double, post cheeseburger, post hamburger. So what I'm seeing happening is we ordered 4 items, and what the student did not do is they're creating a subtotal of the amount of items, but not necessarily the amount of, okay, is it the correct amount? Okay, so yeah, I guess that is right. Let's try one more time. So I guess we're just going to do, let's do 10, 5, 5, and 5. So that should be what? 10, 25. Your subtotal 20 burgers and 5 fries. Okay, so yeah, I guess it is working. So it's only counting the items. It's not counting the actual amount of the cost. It's kind of a strange word. We should probably update that word to something else. Okay. So when you have it working, be sure to add in the rest of the menu items in the calculation and output the items in this format. So we want to see something that looks like item, double, the quantity, the price, and then the total price. Only output the items ordered. If they didn't order anything, they shouldn't see it in the output. Hint, use an if statement to check if the quantity of the item is greater than 0. If so, output it. If not, move on. So for example, we have double quantity equals the post, the value of the double form field. If double quantity is greater than 0, then we're going to output this particular item, and we've got our cost in here. So let's see. So this echo not working means it's just something's wrong with our code. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this else. And all we need to do is go through this for every single item on our menu. Yes, very time consuming, but this is what we have to do. Okay, so let's start. Let's go in the same order that we have everything on here. So we've got a double, a cheeseburger, and a hamburger. So again, this is a cut and paste kind of thing here. Now you can choose whether you want to just put all of these, save all these posts at the top and then have all your if statements, or if you want to do it one by one. I'm going to put everything at the top. So again, this is a cheeseburger QTY, and I just need to make sure that everything I'm pulling over is exactly as it is on the form. So I've got double, cheeseburger, hamburger, and fries. So those are all spelled out. I'm going to copy and paste this, and I'm going to update this double to cheeseburger. And whoops, let me just copy and paste this whole thing again. And now this is going to be hamburger and hamburger. And then this is going to be fries and fries. Okay, so this is the first column, right? We got 3 columns to deal with. So again, I'm going to copy and paste this. And this is going to say if cheeseburger. And then I'm going to output the values here. Cheeseburger. So this is what it's going to be saying on the screen. Cheeseburger. And again, be very careful that you don't have typos, and keep things consistent, because you don't want to have to keep going through and going back and forth in your code. You can also take a piece of paper and write these values, variable names down. That will work. I just want to double check that I did my, okay, cheeseburger cost, hamburger cost, fries cost. I'm keeping it consistent here. All right, so that's the cheeseburger. Now I'm going to change this to hamburger, and I literally think I'm just going to copy and paste the word hamburger. Copy and paste is programmer's best friend, especially when it comes to this kind of thing that you have to do over and over again. Okay, hamburger, and then we have our fries. All right, so after I do the fries, I'm going to check my code. And the only reason to do this is I want to make sure everything is working before I get too far. Okay, so I'm going to do fries, and then fries, 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 fries. Okay, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to run. And right now, I'm literally just working on these first column items. All right, so this, definitely see a problem here. I'm not putting a line break. So I'm going to go back and fix that before I really take a look at it. So I'm doing these echoes, but I think I should be putting these inside of at least a paragraph. I can get fancy with this stuff. I need to concatenate this. All right, so I think that looks good. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste the paragraph tag and put that all in here. And then I have to add in the closing paragraph after the cost on every single one of these. So here we go. All right, so stop, run, and it's the second page, so I don't need to refresh this again. All right, so here we go. So we got 10 double, 5 cheeseburgers, 5 hamburgers, and 5 fries. And just make sure my prices look good. $3.45, and that's $34.50. $2.40, that's $12. $2.10. One thing I'm noticing is that we're probably going to want to do some sort of number formatting so that we can get 2 decimal places. So this looks like currency, and there's a lot. You can definitely make this look better. You can use a table to output this, or some CSS. Um, Definitely this is kind of the bottom of the barrel in terms of style, right? To output this. Okay, so we got that, looks good. So I really just need to do this with every other item that is on my menu, and you guessed it, I need you to pause the video and then you can go ahead and output do all the other items. And I would like stop after you do 4 or 5, test it, make sure you don't have any errors. Be sure to take a look at the console window down here to make sure that when you're running it, if there is any errors, like for example, if I had this listed here as fry instead of fries, right now I don't have any problems, but when I would go and refresh this page, I will get this error right here. PHP notice undefined variable fry quantity on line 82. Should tell you exactly where you need to go to fix it. And you'll notice here on the page that it's just not outputting anything there. So there's nothing on the page telling us there's a problem. So keep an eye on that console. All right, I'm going to push pause and I'm going to type all of my code and you do the same. Okay, so I have done the combo items and the main menu items. I'm going to let you guys deal with the drinks. So I'll show you what I have done here with the number format. So there's actually a couple different things you can do. You can do a function called number format in PHP. There's also one called money format. So you might want to look those up on W3 Schools or the PHP manual. But basically what I've done here is I changed all of the costs to number underscore format, and then with the parentheses you put the actual decimal value, and then the comma 2 means 2 decimal points. So now when it outputs the 2.10, it's actually showing you the 0. Okay, so we don't really need to have all of the total burgers and total fries on here now, since we clearly kind of broke that with the combo thing. If you want to, you're welcome to add as much as you want in here to make this look as impressive as you want it, but it's not necessary. I always love when people go above and beyond, though, as you know. Okay, so I've got your subtotal of total burgers. Again, I'm just going to comment this out for now, and I can always come back and make additions to things. All right, so what I want to do is I want to do the subtotal, or the subtotal and the total of the complete order. So I have all these different things that are printing out, and let's double check that this works. I'm going to push stop. I'm going to run. I'm going to come back here, refresh my page. So let's say I want 10 double doubles and 10 French fries. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to click submit. So here are my items. I have 10 double doubles and 10 French fries for $34.50. So I need to use that number format here, and $16. And then I need to add these up. So how can I go about creating something like that where I'm adding up all of the items? Because you notice I've got these if statements. So the best way to do this is to kind of create a counter and have that counter set to so order, I'm going to do order subtotal equals 0. Okay, so I'm initializing this value to 0, and then I want to update it to everything else, everything that gets added. Now, you notice here I'm calculating the quantity times the double cost directly within my echo statement. So in this manner, it's probably best to calculate this before I print it out, and then I can just print out that one value. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So this, whoops, this is the math calculation that I definitely want to do. So do tote double equals, and that is what I want. And then I can print out tote, whoops, I gotta put that $sign in there, tote double value. Okay, so let's stop this. And again, I'm just gonna test that out with my doubles. Click submit. Oops, there must be a problem. So let me go back down here. It says undefined index on line 65, 66, 67. So what did I do wrong here? I must have commented something out. Okay, that was my fault. I never pressed play. That's what happened here. All right, so let me press run, go back to our form. I've got my 10 doubles, my 10 fries. I'm gonna click submit. And here I have my 10 doubles. It's printing out the 34.5, but I definitely want that to be a 34.50. And then same thing, that should be 16.00. But I know that my thing works here. Let's use that number format, number underscore format. We just put this directly in the echo statement, and that should print out our total double with the correct decimal points. So now I have to go and fix every single one of these. And basically, one more thing that I want to do is I want to add my subtotal. So I'm going to do order subtotal plus equals, and I'm going to add the tote double to it. So let's see if that works. I'm just going to try it again just for the one thing, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say echo your subtotal or total is, and then I'm going to do order subtotal. And again, let's just put that number format around here. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can use number format like this in an echo, so I'll number format this before I print it out. I just want to see if this actually is totaling. Okay, so remember I started the order subtotal at 0, so ideally it should just give us the ones for the double. So 34.50. Oh, did I not start it again? So if you see that, couldn't reach your REPL, it's because you didn't start it like me. All right, so I got 10 and 10. Here we go. My order subtotal is 34.50. So all that's working good. And this is what I mean by stopping and checking your code and testing it, making sure that what the logic that you're doing, is that going to work? So I'm gonna do the same thing then for every single one of these items. Tote cheeseburger equals, and I'm gonna grab this calculation here, and then I'm going to grab that, update my order subtotal, and I'm going to put some comments, update order subtotal, and then I'm going to change this value here to number format, tote cheeseburger, comma 2. Okay, so I'm going to do this for every single one of these items. And then when I get down to the bottom, so this is just my subtotal, I need to calculate a tax of 9%. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to say total order. I'm so used to Python, I always forget my dollar signs. Total order equals order subtotal times, and how do we do this? 1.095. How does that sound? Right? I think that should be right. And then echo your order total with tax is total order. Okay, so I'm going to test this out. Again, click stop and run. And I did this with my cheeseburger and fries. So I've got, oops, my order total with tax is, I definitely need to do that number format here. So 34.5 times 10%, give or take. That sounds about right, $3. So that seems like it's calculating correctly. I would just double check everything. You should have enough information here to do this receipt, and then the only other thing you need to do is get the very last thing. Once you have your order total working, go back and get some information like the customer's name, email, and phone number, and just display that with a made-up order number on the confirmation page. Okay, so I'm not going to do that for you because we've already talked about that in class. So this should get you through how to get the calculator part working properly and allow you to complete this activity. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good day.